heading, went a little further north of where I filmed that last sequence from. Now I'm heading back south on what would be, I guess, Eagle Road. I think looking at the Google map, this turns into, like, it's called the Emmett Road, or anyway, if I kept going, the pavement ended behind me here about 100 yards. It would just wind up through the bluffs and end up in Emmett, no doubt. But I didn't want to drive this car on a dirt gravel road and get it all dinged up and filthy, so just showing you the southbound drive. You can see scrape the ground there with fire brakes. This is always that threat for grass fires out here, sagebrush. This is where I filmed from earlier. I'll show you the route here. Heading south on the extension of Eagle Road, north of Eagle. Saturday afternoon. Boise State Broncos are playing right now. They're playing TCU. I think the shadows are what's so pretty out here. Even with the sagebrush not being as brilliant as they are in the summertime. You know, they're more brown now, but usually in the summer they're very light, beautiful light blue. And the grass, of course, is all brown right now, but I think it's still beautiful up here because it's just the shadows throughout the day as they change, and then just the big open sky. You know, it's just big blue sky, puffy clouds, clear air. See a bike rider coming down the road there. I think I passed her a while ago. I'll show you a place where must be a trailhead into BLM land for horse riding. I've been back up in here before, and I've seen trucks with horse trailers. There's an angle towards the Oahe Mountains, Treasure Valley. Just the shadows are really pretty throughout the day, you know, in the bluffs and around the trees. Oh, hey, little buddy. That's a wolverine, man. Gosh, pretty sure that's what I would bet. At least it looked like it to me, if that's possible. That's cool. Some real nice homes up here. Those hilltops ahead of me. Pretty much like mansions. They're huge. They don't have any pasture around them per se. They're just natural sagebrush land. I imagine irrigation would be pretty difficult up here. Of course, the terrain isn't very conducive to growing hay for horses up here. See the snow up there on the mountains behind the foothills here. Last night we got about, I think probably up there, probably an inch or so. We had a pretty good howling wind that sort of just started abruptly at, well, I would guess around, if I remember right, about 2 a.m. Lasted for a while. A little bit of rain, mostly just some wind. I guess there's another front coming off the Pacific right now. It's going to drop some snow on us here in the Treasure Valley tonight into tomorrow. They're predicting, I don't know, not a whole lot of snow, but I think we're going to see some, would be expecting to see some accumulation out on the yard tomorrow. Maybe I can capture some of that if we do get it. Boise's a lot like, I grew up in Denver, and dry air there sublimates the snow. You know, it just basically evaporates, goes straight from powder, dry snow to a gas instead of going through the liquid state. The elevation here isn't as high as Denver. It's only like 2,700 feet. Just looking at a little research, and the partial pressure of oxygen doesn't really affect, you know, people's performance like running or riding a bike until you get to about 5,000 feet or above. So it doesn't really affect you here. I wouldn't call this high elevation, but certainly the dry air is similar to Denver. You can see some people there with their horses. And I think we're talking about this area here. I guess you get in and go up into these valleys here. This is Bureau of Land Management land, I'm guessing. And I've always seen horse folks here every time I've come down this road, so I'm sure we'll check that out. It's a very convenient location. It's only, gosh, a couple miles, well, a little more than that, maybe like 5 miles, 3 to 5 miles north of where our house is, just outside of town here. Pretty, you know, easy to get to, so I'm guessing it would probably be a pretty interesting, you know, for this type of terrain, an interesting ride into the BLM land. Around here there's a combination of Bureau of Land Management land, which is of course federal public land, and then also U.S. forest, you know, land, and I guess state land too. So there's a lot of public land here. You just need to know how to get to it and access it properly. I've been up here before looking for lots, and it's got a nice view of the Treasure Valley down below there. It's a nice view there. I'm going to stay off their private drive there, but you can see off ahead there some buildings in downtown that are just poking up there. And way out you can see Micron, the whitish buildings below the horizon there. And then this is these are the mountains. Roll the window down up to Bogus Basin there. And I believe Bogus Basin is, if I can see lift chairs and whatnot, right there. I'm looking straight at Bogus Basin ski slope now. And basically everything behind that horizon view is all green, you know, pine trees and stuff. The only foothill part here is just what you see down here in the valley. Everything behind is all mountains, continues up for hundreds of miles. So this lot right here had a sign on it for sale months ago. I don't know if it's still for sale. I wouldn't want it just because there's homes right in front of it, and there wouldn't be any view that you could keep to yourself, you know. Check out these shadows out here to the west. You know, those kind of barren foothills are pretty this time of night because of the shadows. At least I like them. So now I'm temporarily heading back north, winding down this spur that came off Eagle Road, extension of it, to the north of Eagle. I've been up here many times in previous videos of it. There goes a horse trailer. I can catch that here before he goes over the edge. There he goes. Camper and a horse trailer. Similar to our stuff. We'll have to figure out how that all works up there. And all the stuff up here from here on in, these the homes, as you'll see, are all very horse friendly. Little acreages. I don't really, at least in the foothills here, there's really no opportunity for hay production. So everybody has to buy their hay here. But as you break out of these foothills and it gets flatter again, kind of where we live, you know, there's plenty of irrigation and you know, open land where people are raising hay, especially as you get west of here towards Star. It gets more a little bit less populated area, and the land is flat south of the foothills. And I see all kinds of agriculture there too. I think the way I would describe this route, of all the other things, all my yakking, you know, it's peaceful here. It's very peaceful. No trains, no cars, no airplanes. Just peace and quiet. And some of the stuff down here, I don't know, might be a little isolated feeling, I suppose. In some of the areas, like right where I'm at now, there's not much of a view, even though it's pretty down in here. If you wanted some kind of a view, you'd have to be like that guy up on the hill there, because otherwise you're just going to see about a quarter mile in these little valleys. But they're all very nice. I've learned in my short week of watching these horses in our yard that, you know, they're a view in and of themselves, you know, just watching what they do throughout the day, laying down, sleeping, eating, moving around in the pasture. I never knew how interested I'd be in just watching them, but I am. There's a nice hay barn, and some horses there. Some of the homes right in here are a little smaller, some are older, especially as you come around the corner here and down the hill a bit. What I'm going to try to show you is the continuity from where I started back there all the way to our house, if I can. I think this video is going to go past 15 minutes, and I believe I'm authorized to record longer than that now. There goes a truck with a horse trailer on it. Dog sticking his head out the window. Yeah, I think you'd be out of place if you didn't like animals in here. You wouldn't fit in real well with these folks. See horses in there. Again, I'm heading south on Eagle Road. This big coverall arena back there, it's a big one. Well, I guess it's a normal size. It's funny how we've been looking at property out here for, gosh, at least actively for a year, and you know, one of the things is people just seem to just build a horse thing somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and you know, then when it comes time to try to sell it, they can't sell it because they're so isolated and so far away from everything that no one wants to come out there, you know. And I think that's something you have to think about. You know, your location and where you're at before you dump a whole bunch of money into something. If you look way on the horizon there, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the Oahe Mountains. Then there's a couple of buildings that were visible, and those are the two hospitals. They're about 8 miles south of here, right by Interstate 84. I believe it's St. Alphonsus and St. Luke's are the two big ones here. This is Beacon Light Road and Eagle Road. Almost home. Try to keep the camera moving slow, just see things and try to catch them. Horses through there. This is all horse fencing, horse friendly stuff. Even over here, check out this house. He's got a nice backyard area, horse stuff down there. Alright, here we go into our neighborhood. Rush is East Rush Court on the east side of Eagle Road, and then we're on West Rush Court. Now we're on our street here. As you can see, it's not that far away from that sagebrush and those horse trails and the BLM land. It's just right up the road. There's a horsey. Grazing over there. It amazes me that horses, as big and powerful as they are, can just eat grass and survive, you know. It just blows my mind. Well, anyway, here we are. Probably spacing back up there behind, if you can see that. And this is my cul-de-sac. Opening the garage door. There's our horsies. Two of them. Oh, there's Archie back there. Can you see him moving around? White. Behind the aspens. Alright. Well, that's the end of that tour. Hope you enjoyed it.